3 weeks ago, we had an incredibly cold night, and I got up to go start the tractor, and I couldn't turn the glow plugs on. I reached out to my Kioti guy, and I said, "What gives, man? This tractor's only 1.5 years old, and the glow plugs aren't turning on." He told me that it was probably my safety control box, which is underneath the seat and looks like this. Now, apparently, the Kioti is prone to having this failure. I have the CX2510. If the glow plug light isn't turning on, chances are it's going to be this box. Now, the guy I spoke to told me it wasn't very difficult to change this box. All I have to do is just take the seat off, and the box should be right there. A couple of bolts and a wiring harness, and we should be done. Problem is, I'm not sure how to take the seat off yet, but we're working on it. All right, so I think I figured out how to take the seat off, but I wanted to show you guys something here. As it turns out, that little box is actually, you can see it from in here. It's that box right there. But what we're going to do is go ahead and take the seat off. I think you could probably get access to it from here, but it would be quite difficult. And I think it'd just be easier to take the seat off, which comes off, I think, with these 4 bolts. I already took one out, and I can lift the seat, and that whole plate moves. So there's another one there, and then 2 more on the other side. So we'll take these off, and we'll see what we got. Now, these bolts are 12 millimeter, and actually they come off pretty easy. Once you break the bolt loose, then you can just take it out with your fingers. Although it's cold, and my fingers are cold, so I'm having a little bit of trouble. We'll get it. Slow and steady. All right, so now that I got all 4 bolts out, now we're just going to try to, I think this thing just comes out. I don't know. Let's see. Ha! Look at that. Oh. Well, there's a plate underneath it. Okay. Well, that kind of stinks. But, yeah. Oh. Let's see. So it looks like this plate should come off relatively easy. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go ahead and move the seat, and then we'll take this plate off. Oh yeah, easier said than done. Holy crap. Holy crap, that's heavy. All right, so it looks like there's 1, 2, 3 bolts, and then there's the 4 bolts here. So we're going to take those 7 bolts off, and we'll see if this plate comes out. And they are all 12 millimeter, which makes it kind of easy. The bolts really aren't that tight either. I mean, they're snug. They're just not cranked on. All right, those 3 came off well. I'm going to get a extension. So again, the reason we are changing the safety control box is because in the cold, when I tried to turn the glow plugs on, the light on the dashboard is not turning on. And in turn, the glow plugs aren't turning on. So apparently the glow plugs are controlled by the safety control box. And I'm sure the control box also controls other things. I don't know what those things are. But like I said, when I talked to Kioti, they immediately said that it was this, that this was the problem. So that leads me to believe that, you know, this is a common issue that Kioti has. So now in the future, if I go to do something like this, I will have pulled this into the shop and done that work in the shop. But unfortunately, I haven't set the shop up yet. With winter coming and us having good weather, there's a lot of things I still need to do outside. So I just haven't spent the time on the shop. But we are going to be doing that here soon. And when I do, it is going to be something we're going to be doing a video on. And I'll probably be asking you folks for some suggestions on how to set it up once we finish out building out the shelves and stuff like that. So should be fun. Okay, so we got all the bolts out. So let's see if we can't get this thing off. Okay, so this does not seem to want to come out. So I'm wondering if I move that, that might give me enough clearance. Oh, looks like the 3-point hitch is also in the way. But if I drop the 3-point hitch, hopefully that gives me enough clearance. Let's see. Yep, there we have it. Perfect. Okay, so to recap, in order to get that plate off, you're going to want to take your the PTO shaft engagement, pull it forward, and then you'll want to also drop the lever for the 3-point hitch. That way it'll give you some clearance. So now that we're in here, that is the culprit right there. So I'm going to get, I think those are 10mm nuts. So we're going to go ahead and get a 10mm. We'll take that off and we'll replace it. Boy, that was not tight at all. Yeah, those nuts came right off. Okay, so now that we've got this off, as a reminder, you want to make sure you disconnect the negative on the battery. You don't want to have any issues when you go to unplug this or plug it back in. So, okay, so there is no wiggle room here for this plug. Holy smokes. Like, I thought I was going to be able to pull this thing out and then really give it a good tug to unplug it, but that is not the case. Oh, there is, okay. So there is a little tab here. So I'm going to press that and then try and pull. Oh, there we go. Came out perfect. Let me show you what I was talking about. So even though this doesn't move, there is a tab right here that when you reach underneath, you can push that tab in and then give the control box a little yank. Comes right out. So as fate would have it, I've already installed it, but I did this whole spiel on connecting this thing back together, but I never hit the record button. So sorry about that, but I'll just kind of give you a recap. When I put this, when I went to plug the cable into the box, there was a click, and that once it hits that click, that harness is in there. So then all I did is just put the box back in, the new box that is. I am tightening these nuts up a little bit tighter than it was when I took it off. Because when I took it off, it was really loose. So, all right, now that this is on, I have bypassed my seat, the safety seat. So I don't need the seat on here to start this. More importantly, we need to test it to make sure that the glow plug light is coming on. So let's do that. Okay, so Now, before we test this, I do want to move my PTO back so that it doesn't turn on. And I just want to make sure everything is in neutral. We're not going to start the tractor. We just want to see whether or not that light is going to come on. So let's go ahead and turn the key back and see what happens. And there it is. So our glow plug is working. So there you have it. The issue with the CX2510 and the glow plug not turning on was that control box. So if you have a similar situation, I hope that this video helped. I scoured looking for a video on the actual replacement of it. I didn't find anything. That's not to say that it's not out there. So I figured I would do one. You know, CX2510, it's a great little homestead tractor for a starter tractor. We do plan to upgrade one day. But for now, this tractor has just been an absolute godsend for us. We've done so much work with this tractor in the year and a half that we've had it. I'm just really happy that we've got it fixed now, and now I don't have to worry about having starting issues this winter because the snow's coming, and you know we use our tractor during the winter time with our snow blower, and so I want to make sure that I don't have any issues with it starting. So getting this thing fixed now was perfect. Okay, so the last thing we have to do is put it back together. All right, so the real test is whether or not this puppy's going to start. Now, it's probably about 25, 26 degrees out right now. It has sat for quite a few days in really cold weather. Let's give it a shot. Glow plugs are on. All right, folks, I got to let her warm up for a little bit, and I've got some work to go do with it. It sounds great to me. Thanks a lot for sticking around watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you folks in the next video.